देशी जेवणा जेवला फामाद इटालियन रोसोटी पूण सगळ्या परस रुचीक गोंयची शीतकडी.
Welcome back to another video of the Food Diary from Mom to Son. In today's video, we're going to make the most delicious and tasty Prawns Balchao.
Today we are making the most delicious preserve for the monsoon, and that is the Prawns Balchao. Now in the olden days, when there were no seafood available during monsoon, this was a delicacy, and still it is a delicacy. So today I'll teach you how to make Prawns Balchao. For this Prawns Balchao, I'm using about 500 grams of prawns. It can be big or medium sized. For the masala, I have taken here about 10 chillies, dry chillies. You can use Kashmiri. I have used here Jaggery chillies. About 8 cloves of garlic, 1 inch of ginger, half a teaspoon of pepper, half a teaspoon of cumin seeds, 3 elaichi, and 1 inch of cinnamon. Now to add in the taste, we normally use shrimps, that is cardamom. I have taken 2 tablespoons of shrimps which I am going to roast lightly, and I am going to powder it. To add in the taste, I have taken a small bit of palm jaggery and a tablespoon of sugar, and we are going to use in 2 onions, and the masala will be ground with toddy vinegar. We will clean the prawns, remove the shells and the head part of everything. Remove this and devein it. Take a knife and remove this black thread which is there. And this is how you are going to clean the prawns. The prawns are getting cleaned. I will soak the chilies in vinegar and keep them aside. Take little vinegar and soak this chilies in. Prawns are already cleaned. Now we are going to add in a teaspoon of salt and half a teaspoon of turmeric powder and mix it nicely. Now keep this aside for about 15 minutes to rest. Now take a pan, a kadai, and dry roast the shrimps, the baby shrimps, lightly till they are crisp. Okay, you can see they are nicely done and very crisp. Now let's put off the gas. Let's put in the mixie and make a powder out of it. Okay, we have done not a very fine but a coarse powder. But if you don't have shrimps, no problem. Still the balchao will taste good. Now in the same mixie, we are going to grind the red masala. The chilies are already soaked in. Use the same vinegar, the dry masala along with the garlic and ginger, and grind it to a smooth paste. You can add more vinegar if it is required.
So the masala is halfway done. Now add in 1 teaspoon of sugar and half teaspoon of turmeric powder. And go back to the mixing. There we go. Look, the masala is nicely done now. Look at this. And now let's get to the next step. Now let's finally chop these 2 onions. That's how the onion looks. And now let's get to the next step.
Okay, now let's start. I've taken a kadai and I'm going to use oil and fry the prawns nicely. So use a little extra oil here. Now fry them properly. Don't keep any moisture in them. It will be totally fried because it is going to remain as a preserve. Here you can turn them around. Let them be nicely done like this. You can see one side they are nicely done. Now let's do the same way, because this requires to be a little bit harder because they have to be remaining in the preserve. So be nice enough. This is how they should be done. Now we'll remove them and put the next batch.
That's how we need to fry the prawns, and now you can see they are nicely done. And now let's get to the next step.
Now in the same oil which is remaining, we are going to add in about a tablespoon of garlic chopped. and a few sprigs of curry patta leaves. And let's fry this lightly. Now remember, if you want to keep this as a preserve, you can add extra oil. Now my batch will get over very fast, so I'm not using so much of oil. So it depends on whether you are going to keep it or eat it fast. Now add in the chopped onions and fry this nicely till it is nice and golden. As the onion is frying, you can add in a teaspoon of sugar which we have kept aside. It gives a nice caramelized color to the onions. And go on stirring this. Now always remember, when you cook, remember you are cooking for the people you love. So always instill love in your cooking. Your dishes taste nice only when you give in lot of patience and love for whatever you do. Okay, the onion has been nicely done. Now it's time to add in the masala which we have ground. And now cook this masala nicely till you can see it is releasing oil from all the sides. Again, this requires a lot of patience.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
As the masala is frying, let's add in the palm jaggery which we have. It's optional, but I like it because it gives a nice color and a nice taste. You can add sugar if you want to. See, the masala is beautifully cooked. Now it's time to add in the shrimp which we have powdered. Let's mix this nicely inside. Now at this stage, even if you just taste the spice, it is so very tasty. And now finally goes the prawns which are fried. And mix everything nicely. Let this all be well blended. Now again I am reminding you, those who want to keep it for a longer period, you have to use extra oil when you are frying the masala. Now I have used less because I told you our batch will be finished within no time. So this is not to be kept for long. And this way you cook it nicely for another 2 minutes and you can see this yummy recipe is ready. Finally, just add in salt to taste according to the requirement and give it another good stir.
So guys, the lip smacking prawns balchao is now ready. So you won't resist this. So make this now. Share, comment, like, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. Now link in description. Make it now. Thank you.